Hello and welcome back to the channel and Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoyed Joy to the World, Doctor Who's Christmas special this year, which I'll be talking about in the coming days in other videos. But for now, I wanted to do a brief sort of reaction breakdown of the trailer that aired afterwards for Season 2, Series 15, whatever we're calling it, shooting out with a second season that's due to air at some point in the first half of next year. Obviously, starring Ncuti the 15th Doctor, starring Radha Sethu as our new companion, Belinda Chandra. We've been told in advance they will be getting a trailer for this season afterwards. Obviously, we've seen no footage from it so far, and not really very many sort of official promo pics or anything like that. A few behind-the-scenes bits here and there, a few bits that have leaked from filming, as always happens, but not much in the way of official announcements. So, yeah, very, very interesting stuff. It wasn't the longest trailer ever. They're still clearly holding a lot back, I think, but there are some juicy bits to get into here. Some lovely photographs have been released as well of Ncuti and Varada, which are great to see. It's kind of confirming what we already suspect, I think, that, you know, even though Minnie Gibson will be returning as Ruby in some episodes next year, she's not going to be there full-time. It's not going to be a full-time TARDIS trio. So we begin with this weird shot of the Doctor, this kind of blurry thing going on, kind of like a, I don't know, like a kind of a frozen moment, or like a kind of a moment that's glitched, where this same thing happens again and again, this same gesture. He's there in this new outfit that we've seen in those other images, and he's saying there are forces beyond this universe. So that to me kind of suggests that another one of these pantheon gods is on the way. Perhaps more on that in just a moment. We've got a very cool looking new alien planet. I assume it's a new alien planet. It looks, yeah, like a new world, a new one that we've not seen before. Possibly the first planet that Belinda has gone to, you know, assuming that she is actually from present day Earth, which isn't a given. And speak of the devil, there she is looking out a window through some shutters. That shot gives away nothing about, you know, where she comes from, where she is, whether this is her home or some other planet somewhere else. Yeah, lots of interesting glimpses of her throughout this trailer, which we'll talk about more as we go on. And then an old woman with opera glasses who, according to some of the write-up on the website about this, is Anise Dobson as Mrs. Flood. I have to say, I did not recognise her immediately to begin with. She looks slightly different there, slightly older, but I guess, yeah, if the website says it's her, then yeah, it is her. We already knew that she was going to be, obviously, in the season. We knew, or those of us that had seen certain filming pictures knew that she was going to be appearing in the past as well, not just the present day episodes as she has done so far. So yeah, interesting stuff there. It's the only glimpse of her we get in this trailer. There's been lots of teasers lately from Russell about, you know, what's going on with Mrs. Flood, and just wait till you see what happens and blah blah blah, etc. So yeah, intrigued to see, you know, whether that ends up kind of, yeah, being worth the wait and worth all this anticipation and the hype that's been created surrounding this character. And the Doctor saying there in the narration, it's all a game to them, which again kind of plays into that whole idea of the pantheon, these godlike beings that we've had in the Toymaker, in Maestro, obviously Sutekh, the one who waits, being sort of the big boss so far, and it looks like we're going to be getting another one of those, probably in this same episode that Mrs. Flood is in. I will say more on that when it comes up. Now this shot here is very interesting. We've got two red robots that will look familiar to anybody that was looking at any of the filming pictures that came out whenever it was, how many months ago. There was at least one of these robots spotted on set. I think like Ncuti was there in yet another outfit, obviously with a beanie hat, I think, and possibly a different coloured sonic screwdriver that we hadn't seen at that point. Here we've got two of the robots. Better look at them, obviously, kind of red and black design, kind of reminiscent of the robots from Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. Of course, one of those props ended up becoming King Hydroflax in The Husbands of River Song, and prior to that, they both started off life as robots in a CBBC show. I think it was called like Mission 2110 or something. So a similar sort of design. They've got these kind of faces, like emoji-like faces almost, like emoji bot-like faces, kind of there on the centre of the body, that the big kind of bulk of the robots. And between them, we've got Belinda there, our new companion. Does this mean that she is being abducted from what looks like present-day Earth? You know, is this her first episode? Is this how she kind of comes into contact with the Doctor? Who knows? Perhaps playing into that idea slightly, we've got this narration from Belinda here saying, "Doctor, you need to get me home," which kind of, yeah, gives Tegan sort of vibes, you know, a companion who has unwittingly become a companion, not by choice. She kind of got tied up in events and wants the Doctor to get her home ASAP. The shot here presumably showing Belinda and the Doctor. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, two figures in spacesuits kind of being lowered from some kind of plane or spacecraft into some kind of strange setting. I don't know how to describe this really. It kind of looks like a planet on the one hand. It also kind of looks like it's underwater, so perhaps it's some strange underwater planet, or maybe it's just like beneath the sea on Earth, or maybe it's a different planet's ocean somewhere. It looks very, very cool indeed, and I wonder whether this is the setting that Russell has teased in a recent interview, I think, for being like the scariest episode or the scariest planet, a frightening planet. Maybe this is that planet. We have more of Belinda here saying, "You need to get me home," looking very grumpy indeed, so presumably this comes kind of quite early on for her. Again, very much giving Tegan vibes. A TARDIS takeoff shot. Another TARDIS takeoff shot with another new outfit for Ncuti Gatwa there, and another new hairstyle for him as well. And a few more shots from that sequence. So one very clearly showing off this new hairstyle, sort of shorter hairstyle for Ncuti. Well, I suppose kind of longer by his standards, but yeah, relatively short. And another shot there of Belinda in this kind of yellow outfit. The Doctor saying this might be the long way round. Does this suggest that perhaps we're in a sort of Martha situation where a companion, you know, gets embroiled in events and is with the Doctor for a number of adventures? There's this kind of long way round getting the companion home, where it's only meant to be one adventure to start with, and it kind of snowballs from there. But the games are deadly, the Doctor says, which again ties into this Pantheon kind of idea very much, as far as I can see. Our first glimpse in the trailer of a whole host of returning characters. We've got Kate there, we've got Ruby, who now seems to be working for UNIT. That's what it kind of implies in the write-up alongside this trailer. We've got Shirley there as well, the scientific advisor, obviously first seen in the Star Beast, seen again in the Giggle, and absent from season 1, but back for season 2. And probably the most intriguing shot of the trailer, where we've got this theatre or cinema or whatever, where a film is being played, and an audience there obviously, and from the screen this cartoon character is kind of breaking out. This is the moment which really, for me, says, okay, you know, this is to do with our next Pantheon godlike being. No clue what it could be. I'm assuming something to do with cinema, cartoons, screens, you know, breaking out of screens, something like that. Perhaps something to do with different dimensions, like 2D and 3D, cartoons becoming real. Very, very interesting stuff, very intriguing, lots to speculate about. And yeah, this looks really, really cool, and it kind of suggests to me that we're going to be getting some sequences in this story of, you know, cartoons coming to life, and quite groundbreaking stuff there. I suppose similar to that sequence in Can You Hear Me, where there was that animated thing, you know, telling the story of the two gods there. Maybe here we're going to get similar stuff where the cartoons are literally integrated into the live action stuff as part of the effects work, which, yeah, is really exciting. Two screaming cinema goers there. A shot of a load of people sort of flying or hovering in mid-air, clinging on for dear life, with the Doctor there in the distance in the doorway. Perhaps the Mavity has gone wrong. This to me would seem to tie in with the filming we saw for like 20th century Miami or whatever it was, kind of like America 100 years ago or whatever. It kind of just gives off that vibe to me. Again, with the cinema stuff as well, I'm kind of guessing this is all from the same story. Perhaps it's to do with the birth of film and the birth of cinema. Perhaps it's even like to do with the birth of Disney. Perhaps we're going really meta with this. Who knows? A shot of the Doctor there saying, "What the hell is this?" On the left there with his ear and his hair, it kind of looks like his hair is like disappearing. I'm not sure whether that's intentional, like it's part of the plot, or whether it's just like some dodgy rotoscoping. A new TARDIS shot. A shot of the robots surrounding the TARDIS, the two robots from before. Are there only two of these robots? Are there more? Who knows, but we've only seen two of them so far, and this looks to be their ship, so presumably they've kind of captured the TARDIS or salvaged it. They're trying to get into it, maybe. Belinda again with some weird stuff going on with her hand there, like kind of an echo of her hand and weird glowy, blurry effects. The Doctor suspended in some spacey environment. And there we have it, Doctor Who, BBC iPlayer in the UK, Disney Plus in the rest of the world. So yes, that is Season 2, Series 15, whatever we're calling it, due out sometime next year. No details yet on when that will be, although in one interview Russell did recently say it's sooner than you think, quite mysteriously, so who knows what that means. Does it mean it's going to be earlier than Season 1 was this year? I guess so, but yeah, we'll find out. What are your thoughts and theories about this trailer, about the Doctor and Belinda and the role that Ruby and Unit will be playing and the robots and the underwater planets? Let me know what you're thinking down in the comments below. Please like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe if you're new for more coverage of this season as we get closer and closer to it. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. A very Merry Christmas to all of you at home, and goodbye for now.